Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 5 of albums that are 50 years old in 2023. That's right, we're looking back at our favorite albums from 1973. They're celebrating their 50th birthdays, their 50th anniversaries here this year. And in January, that's what we do each and every January. We look back 50 years and honor those albums that came out 50 years ago. Because 50 years is a long time, right? Something to be celebrated. As I celebrate my 57th year on this earth today. That's right, today is Pete's birthday. I figured today I saved today to talk about one of my favorite Italian progressive rock albums of all time. And this particular album came out in April 1973 for BMG Records. It is Museo Rosenbach, Zarathustra. That's right. Some of you watching are probably like, I never heard of this band, Pete. How could it be in your top 31 from 1973? I never heard of them before. Don't know anything about Italian prog. Well, let me tell you something. Boys and girls, you should know a little something about this album, and I'm here to tell you about it today. So this is the one and only studio album from this great Italian band. This is it's a concept album based on the works of Friedrich Nietzsche. Okay, and his little kind of work called Thus Spoke Zarathustra. All right, everything's Italian on here. Okay, song titles are in Italian, vocals are in Italian. Basically, the song titles, and I'll read you the Italian ones, or at least I will attempt to, but the song titles translate to The Last Man, The King of Yesterday, Beyond Good and Evil, Übermensch, The Temple of Hourglass, Of Man, Of Nature, and Of the Eternal Return. So the guys in the band are Giancarlo Golzi on drums, percussion, and vocals, Alberto Moreno, bass and piano, Enzo Mirogno, guitar and vocals, Pete Corradi on mellotron, Hammond organ, vibraphone, Farfisa electric piano, and Stefano Gallifi on vocals, the great Stefano Gallifi. This is probably, if you're someone new to Italian progressive rock, I understand for some, especially those of you who maybe live here in North America or in English-speaking areas of the world, might have a little bit of trouble kind of getting into rock music sung in Italian. But I will tell you, the Italian language sung in a rock context is actually very, very intriguing, very kind of romantic, slightly operatic at times, right? But there's something ultra special about it, and I would not let that distract you from wanting to give this band a try. Like I mentioned before, this is one of the harder rocking of all the great Italian prog classics from the 70s, talking about PFM and Banco and, Il Balletto di Bronzo, though their second album is probably on par with this as far as rocking goes. But this is like, if you like classic, like Deep Purple and Uriah Heep, thrown in with like a little bit of Genesis and Yes and King Crimson, right? Man, this will be right up your alley. Big, snarling, menacing guitar riffs, loads of Hammond organ, menacing, ominous mellotron, electric piano, great intricate rhythms, and those just absolutely, over-the-top, soaring operatic style vocals, and sometimes kind of hard rock style vocals. So what have we got here? We've got, obviously, if we go back to the LP day, right, the two sides of the vinyl, right, you got the side one, 20-minute, almost 21-minute title track, Zarathustra, and I'll try to, it's in 5 parts, right, so you got Zarathustra, El Ultimo Uomo, Zarathustra, Il Re dell'Era, Zarathustra, Al di là del bene, al del male, Zarathustra, Superuomo, and Zarathustra, Il tempo della clesigere. All right, so that's the best I can do. I don't speak Italian. I am Italian, but I never spoke it, and I'm just trying to do the best I can here with this. In side 2, you got Degli uomini, della natura, and dell'eterno ritorno. All right, that's the best I can do here. But anyway, got pretty cool album cover, right? I will say go listen to the opening blast that is the 20-minute title track, because that is absolutely incredible. Like I said, you got these just really heavy, crunchy guitar riffs There's moments of light and shade on this album for sure, but you've got man, over the top, Hammond organ. The mellotron adds that kind of dramatic, ominous presence. And the acrobatic rhythms are all over the place. And there's moments of kind of like atmospheric kind of tranquility, but it's kind of dark. The whole album's got like a dark edge. It's definitely, if you could think of like to kind of compare it to anything, like I mentioned, classic like Mark II era Deep Purple, maybe early Uriah Heep mixed with that kind of like theatricality and romanticism that you find present in a lot of the Banco del Mutuo Soccorso albums, their contemporaries. This is a classic album. If I were to say, like, if someone asked me, Pete, what are your top 5 Italian prog albums of the 70s? I mean, this has got to be there. Absolutely has to be there. It's just an absolute classic. So, Museo Rosenbach, Zarathustra is my day number 5. All right, like I said, by the way, there are some people that I've been seeing in the comments who are like, oh, I thought this album would rank higher for you. I'm not ranking these, all right? It's near impossible. There are so many great albums that came out in 1973. It's impossible. So there's no order to this at all. It's just, here's my 31 favorites. You're getting them each in one day, and there's no ranking. There's no order. You might see, the end of the month, you might see some of what are my absolute favorites, only because when I put the list together, it's just like, I just threw things first, right, because they came to mind first. So, but there's no order at all. And, quite frankly, there's going to be some great albums that won't actually make the cut of 31. This was hard. This was probably one of the hardest of these I've ever done, because there are just so many great albums that came out in 1973. I mean, there's a couple that come to mind right off the bat that I'm like, man, this is a fantastic album and I love it to death, but didn't even make my top 31. It's like, it's crazy. That's how much good stuff is in here, So anyway, Museo Rosenbach. If you know it, let us know what you think of it in the comments below. If you haven't heard it, I highly recommend you go on YouTube. It's only 38 minutes long or whatever. Go on YouTube, listen, or wherever you listen to your music. Listen to this album. That's how you spell it. Museo Rosenbach, Zarathustra. All right. Go listen to it. Let us know what you think of it. Trust me, if you can just kind of open your mind and just grasp it, I think you will really love this album. This is an absolute classic gem of the 70s. So anyway, but more importantly, list your pick, your number 5, or for day 5, in the comments below, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for another one as we move on to day 6. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave, and also down below if you'd like to investigate our merch page for all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff, and our Ko-Fi page is down below too for channel donations. So thanks everybody, I appreciate it. We'll see you here tomorrow for another one. Stay tuned. We've got coming up here on the channel all sorts of stuff as always. We're on our new schedule. We're like the bi-weekly schedule, so we're having like our big panel shows, and there are 4 of them each week. They've now moved to a bi-weekly thing, so one week you will get Hudson Valley Squares and the Monsters Den. Another week you will get In the Prague Seat and the UK Connection. So of course that means the Monsters Den is tonight, so stay tuned for that. Martin Popoff and I will be back in action tomorrow morning, and we've got Ranking the Albums coming up on Sunday, where I will be ranking the catalog of the great Norwegian progressive metal bands Communic. That's coming up on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. And lots more here on the channel. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.